Bonjour and welcome to all of you comic book geeks, readers and collectors to another, I won't call it unboxing, because that's it, it is a bit, I know it's all come in boxes, but that is just the sheer volume that I bought off my old mate Paul. I also bought back issues, so it's not unboxing back issues and odd bods, but I've got Silver Age comics, and then I've got magazines and books about comics. So after the scroll, we're going to have a look at these bad boys. Some nice art books, and then just odd magazines, but all, you know, old back issue. The magazine called Back Issue, and comic artist, etc. Anyway, you will see what I mean after my little spot. Right, so here we go. First up, from my old mate Jamie at New Dawn Comics, Rayleigh in Essex. My old mate, always ably assisted. No, not always, but this week, or last week, ably assisted by Lizzie. Hello to you both. First up, some Silver Age for your delectation. I just like this stuff. 1969, John Buscema. Come on, just what's not to love? Look, Doctor Strange when he had the funny head. The first appearance of a tumour. Lovely label on this one. Beautiful label on the wall. Yeah. Good labelage. Gets you excited, the labels. First appearance, I'm now the owner of the first appearance of a tumour. Well, there's nothing really much. Is this the Krang one? Oh no, there's one here with Krang. I think it was that one actually, wasn't it? No, it isn't. And Krang, the name Krang, it sounds like, for the character, sounds like a sound effect. This is one of those early-ish Defenders, like pre-Defenders, or around that time, when they're, you know, they're getting the band together, which I do love these ones. Very, very nice. Very, very pleased. He did like to take on a bit of Doom, didn't he? And them two just really did clash, didn't they? See, they both started off in FF, didn't they, I think, these characters? So yeah, definitely started off. No, well, Submariner or Namor didn't, did he? He was obviously Golden Age, weren't he? But anyway, the two Silver Age characters. I did like this era of Doctor Doom, though. I mean, in one of these, he's actually got a gun. He's got his gun. I don't know if you know. Yeah, that one. Doom with his gun. Yes. None of the magic nonsense. No. Instead of gun. And he had tricks. And he had technology to help him. This was a great label from Jamie last week. Basically said, Submariner versus Thor. And then by later on, when there were some other comics in the boxes that should have been labelled, I did tell him. Very, very lackadaisical labelling. Can tell I got me new teeth in, can't you, this week? Here he is. Here's Krang in one of my favourites, the king size annuals. Like I've said before, I just love getting this stuff. I love getting it all. But I don't know, there's a little bit of, it really does tickle both of my fancies when I get the annuals, and I think it's because, well, they should be special in this era. Yeah, they were, and just one-offs as well. I know every now and again you'd link it, but I did like the one. I don't know. There's just something about the annuals I like, and yeah, Krang. Just sounds like a sound effect rather than a comic character's name. Nice bit of Silver Age there, Submariner. Like I have mentioned before, big. I've got a massive, amazing Spider-Man sized hull in my collection. So here's a few. The Hobgoblin ones, always, you know, the prices go like that, don't they? Hobgoblin or Venom, whatever it is, you know. Just, you know, nothing really kind of that sexy to write home about. I like the fact that they're mucking about with his outfit in this era. And then this issue, look, they literally do a Ditko kind of homage. That isn't Ditko. No, it isn't. Oh, it's is that FR Frank Robbins? Maybe. Let me know in the comments if you know, gang. Anyway, I just like the fact that one of the editors, or whatever the decision was made, it's like the original is back, and it's like they've just gone. Look, they've even got. Did he have a utility belt with his logo on it? I just like the fact that they've gone from all of the nonsense of the costumes and the symbiotic relationships. Would it have been symbiotes at this point? No, it wouldn't have been, would it? Anyway, the original is back. Love it. It says Hobgoblin. Oh, look, this is a funny one. There's a new webhead in town. Look at that character. Yeah, thinking about it, I might be way off with that, mightn't I? Was they mucking about with his outfit? Yes, they was. Yeah, sorry, gang. I just had a thought then that no, the black costume turned up. But no, that was Marvel's Secret Wars, wasn't it? So, yeah, it's just the symbiote that would have been I'm too early on. I like the TV cartoon. You know, someone in the editorial department was loving the cartoon. He needed his utility belt with a logo. Mayhem is a man called Manslaughter. Eesh. Blimey, they've got it all in that little Hobgoblin, Daredevil and Kingpin. And a little green... Oh, Cry of the Wendigo. Oh, special feature, Charles Vest. Oh, nice. In that one. Sometimes you get the little gems, and now we're into kind of like the Eric Larson era, which is post, because obviously I did get the McFarlane ones when they come out, but then blah, 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 you know the story. So I have reacquired the block of McFarlane, so I kind of skipped pre-300 over that, and then I'm starting a new, James got a lovely one, I stopped here. And you know why I stopped here? Ooh, what is it? The first cameo of Cletus Cassidy. In the box, unlabelled. Like I said, lackadaisical labelling. Oh, these new teeth are great. Right, now on to one of the first boxes. I'm not going to lift it onto my lap because then I'll be sitting I'll be sitting 6 foot back. First up, art books. Oh, look at these. I was excited. Michael Golden in this set. John Romita. Obviously, you're going to put Spider-Man on the cover. Alan Davis one I've started reading. Got some really nice, interesting. They're like, well, this one, I don't know if they all are. I think they will be. All the format of an interview, asking them about their career up to the point these were made. I think it was early 2000. No, that's 2008. But yeah, early 2000s. And yeah, nice. I read this over the weekend, and yeah, it was nice to get some insight into that early Captain Britain, a bit little behind the scenes, and an early Warrior 2000 AD. Nice. And obviously seeing the artwork is the best bit, and a legend. Comic book legend. Oh, well, all of them are. All of them are. And the aforementioned Alan Davis, obviously, this was just an odd. Like I say, these really are some odd buds. I loved this when it was out. Very short-lived, which was a shame. Very, very short-lived. Talking of odd bud magazines, this was in there. I mean, it must Skeleton Crew. No, never even heard of the magazine, but they've got some good stuff in here about you-know-who. It's nice to see it from a different perspective. I did have a flick through it, and it's nice to see people who aren't in the comics field writing about comics. I think that's always a nice perspective. I like this one, Amazing Heroes. Or, you know, just like I say, magazines about comics. Look, Frank Miller talking about Daredevil. Micronauts there. I don't know when I got interviewed in that. Oh, Gil Kane talks about the Micronauts. Did he do? Can't remember him doing stuff. Oh, look, Captain Carrot. Let me know in the comments, please, if you remember Captain Carrot and his crew. And this one I'm really looking forward to. I have had a cheeky flick through this, obviously because it's Gene Colan, and it's a focus on just his Tomb of Dracula, because it's a special horror issue. No, sorry, not to Night Force. Forgive me. I'm confusing it with another Gene Colan thing they've got in one of these other magazines. So really, I just enjoy flicking. Obviously, I can't read all these. I haven't got time. I haven't got, well, I mean physically haven't got time. You just, next up, a few art books. And because Paul, me old mate Paul, hello darling, sorry mate, I said hello to them two, didn't I? Not you. So forgive me for that. These two boxes from my old mate Paul at Comics and Fantasy in Hornchurch, Essex. You know who he is. Basically got a job lot, so has gone through them and said, Hog, what do you reckon? And I said, I reckon I'll want them. Dan Byrne. Lovely. Now this I've just done a little trade on because this was triple signed by the creators. So I thought, why not? I already had it, but I thought now I want, yeah, Alan Grant, Cam Kennedy, John Wagner. So I thought, why not? And that was typical Alan Grant, where he was getting away with so many kind of funny Scottish references in a Punisher story that, you know, obviously the American editorials weren't getting. But anyway, now these, I was very pleased. I haven't seen, well, I just don't see these about. Now, it's not something I was in pursuit of, but when you see them, when you see little nuggets like it, now don't be immature. When you see little nuggets like this, I don't mean Lorna, all right? I don't mean her nuggets. And I was surprised when I flicked through this. Oh, there's another reference there. No, Hog, be mature. I am going to be mature. And this, if you don't know, was first in heavy metal, like a Barbarella with no clothes on. Now you get it. But I was surprised how much like Ian Gibson, like I could see an Ian Gibson influence in Asperi's artwork in this. For the first, because obviously I was aware of his artwork from heavy metal, but you just don't see these books about much. And when you do, oh, they're not cheap. But because that was all part of a, can't wait. Now these I'll read. Come on, you wouldn't be here unless you thought I was going to be immature. Right, here was the magazine. And they always, these magazines, these comic book artists, I mean, obviously, because it's the title of the magazine, but always go very, very nicely in depth. Oh, lovely. Yeah, and an interview with the great man. And there's loads more here. Who's in that one? Oh, just the comics of the 70s. Oh, Alex Toth. No, and some of these in and of themselves are becoming quite desirable now. What's that? Marvel Ballpen, 1970 to 77. Now, I've got the books that kind of reprint a lot of this, because these are going back a bit. And this is 1999. So I've got some books. What they've done is, for Marvel, I don't know if they did it for DC. I don't see why not, but in previews, I only saw the Marvel ones. Just putting all of these features together. Okay. Strango. Kung Fu Forever. Oh no, it's more Marvel Mania. Not Strango. I said that to Paul as well. It's Gulassi, Paul Gulassi, with the Master of Kung Fu. This is one, like Paul said, this is one that where you see all these at an average price and then boom, Adam Hughes. Then there's tons more. I won't go through them all. Items. And then just these old little comic collector. But you get now the jewel in the crown of these two boxes from Paul was definitely this. I have been after this for years, absolute years. I'm so happy to have brought this home. Believe that. I've been playing Spike. What it's done is reinvigorated. I've dug out all the CDs, been playing the music all day. Just stuff like this. Right, you get the gist. I won't show everything, but you get. It's just nice to. Oh yes, look. Because it was a job lot. I literally haven't seen to. Now I'm getting to the bottom. Look, I did. I had a soft spot for Terry Hatcher when Batman and Superman. See what effect she had on me? It was that picture that I lost my concentration. Sorry. Lois and Clark, it was called. Okay, I'm back in the room. A little bit of Sandman. Oh, Neil Gaiman brings an end to Sandman. He's been a naughty boy now, apparently, hasn't he? So no one likes talking about him. And then, loads more comic scene. I'll probably put a load of that on threads as I go through them. Oh, just to balance things out. That's Celebration DC. That's what I mean about it being a job like literally the pile was going to be up here in a minute. Right, let's get rid of that box. And then just quickly, before you go, I won't do more magazines. There's more magazines there, all comic interviews. Look, going, wait, what year is that? I don't say on the cover. But yeah, there's comics interviews there. Frank Miller, John Byrne. Oh yeah, Alex Ross. So yeah, I've got plenty of reading to do. And look at these beauties. Taboo. Now I remember at the time just hearing about it rather than actually having it. This is the first time I've actually owned. I know there's a lot of stuff that I say that I've reacquired over these past few years. These I haven't, never had. Look at that Möbius. That's a Möbius cover. I'd forgotten how much Möbius was in here. And in here, the story that Möbius does is in yellow. Really weird, as you would expect. Come on. A really weird story of, I don't know, looked like a bird plucking out a bloke's eyes. Anyway, I'll try and make sense of it in my own way. This one, obviously, Terry Moore, it's just going to be good, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's literally just going to be good. And this, like I say, just odd bod city, guys. And that is it for this week. That'll do though, won't it? Hope you enjoyed that little look. I know it's an eclectic mix, but I find these little mixes more fun. I love, it's like being in a shop rummaging, but it's my own stuff that I've got to rummage around. So that's what I enjoy. I don't, you know. I can't work it out myself, so I don't expect you to. If you followed me this far through that rambling across what I bought this week, thank you very, very much. You must be a sexy, sexy subscriber. This is the first video I've done since finding out that I was nominated. Thanks to my old mate Comic Patrol. I didn't even know, because it was announced in America, I didn't know I was in the final 5 of the Comic Book Community Awards this year. So I'm really, really excited. If I win, I already told my family, I'm going to be insufferable. I don't think I've ever won anything. Except that I am winning in life. Do you know what I mean? I think so. I'm winning in comic books collecting, I think, for the time being. But no, you know what I mean. I will be insufferable. Who doesn't like to win things? Anyway, I will leave you all alone. Like I say, thank you for following me this far. Thank you if you voted. Love you. That's why you're the sexy subscribers on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? The sexiest of the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, this is how sexy you can be. So, you know, think about it. Anyway, until next time, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you like, or maybe even something you want to deep dive on. Not everything. There is one or two. I'll pluck them out and try and do a small video. A bit quicker, but I'll ramble. Sorry, I'll ramble. Anyway, see what I'm doing? I'm even rambling in my outro. Anyway, I'm going to go now, okay? Adios.